Hello, everyone. My name is Zayed Armawi.
My name is Christina Purba.
My name's Tianyu Shou.
My name is Fan Bin Kong.
We extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you as we delve into an important topic, childhood obesity. Today, our presentation aims to shed light on this issue by exploring diverse perspectives and offering strategies for effective intervention. We will start off with an overview of childhood obesity and explore how retailers, food manufacturers, and the government are involved in this issue. Childhood obesity is characterized by excessive body fat accumulation, adversely impacting children's health and well-being. This issue has escalated to epidemic proportions, affecting developed and developing countries. The escalating prevalence of obesity among children and its numerous detrimental health consequences have led to its recognition as a significant public health concern, which is currently widely acknowledged as one of the most formidable challenges facing public health in the 21st century. Referring to the pie chart on the screen, a study provides evidence of the alarming and continuous rise of childhood obesity in Australia, where during 2017 and 2018, a whopping 25% of Australian children were classified as overweight or obese. It is also worth noting that children residing in lower socioeconomic areas exhibit a higher propensity for obesity. For instance, using the same journal as before, in 2017 and 2018, children between the ages of 2 and 17 living in the lower socioeconomic areas were more than twice as likely to be obese as those residing in the higher socioeconomic areas. Why resolve this issue then? Overweight and obesity in childhood are known to have significant impact on both physical and psychological health. They often face bullying, discrimination, leading to low self-esteem and depression. They risk developing severe health issues such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and respiratory problems. These physical conditions can also persist into adulthood, increasing the likelihood of shortened lifespans. Childhood obesity has significant economic implications as well. The cost associated with healthcare, treating obesity-related conditions, and lost productivity due to illness can be substantial. By preventing childhood obesity, we can reduce the economic burden on healthcare systems and society as a whole. So, how does the government, retailers, and food manufacturers play a part in childhood obesity? Food manufacturers are primarily motivated by profit and consumer demand, leading to production and the promotion of processed foods and beverages that are high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, and calories. One reason for these preferences is the availability and cost of ingredients, as sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats tend to be cheaper and more easily accessible compared to healthier alternatives. Additionally, processed and packaged foods have longer shelf lives, facilitating wider distribution and reducing waste. Marketing also plays a significant role, with television commercials, online advertisements, and social media campaigns targeting children, emphasizing taste, fun, and convenience while downplaying nutritional aspects. These factors greatly influence children's food preferences. Now, because food manufacturers prioritize producing profitable and unhealthy food items that are lower in cost and high in demand, it motivates retailers to sell these products, and they often strategically place sugary snacks near checkouts to encourage impulse purchases, particularly targeting vulnerable children. Additionally, higher prices for healthier foods and limited shelf space make it difficult for families, especially those with tight budgets, to access nutritious options. Consequently, children in lower socioeconomic areas are more likely to be overweight, highlighting the impact of these factors. Now, the government plays a role in contributing childhood obesity as well through various factors. Stricter regulations on food marketing targeting children are needed, as well as improvements in nutritional standards in schools to provide healthier meals. Current guidelines may not be sufficient as many school lunch programs offer processed and unhealthy food options. Furthermore, low-income communities also often face limited access to healthy foods, requiring government policies to prioritize improving affordability and availability. Addressing these areas can help combat childhood obesity effectively. Next, our group member Tianyu will outline some proposed solutions to address childhood obesity from the perspective of food manufacturers.
Thanks, Zaya. An effective strategy to target childhood obesity is for food manufacturers to reformulate commonly purchased food items for children. This includes reducing added sugar and offering small portion size, especially in packaged food and drinks. For instance, Coca-Cola have already taken steps to decrease sugar content in its drinks. Food manufacturers should consider using natural sweeteners like stevia or other zero-calories options as substitutes for regular sugar. This can change consumers who perceive this alternative as healthier option to artificial sweeteners. Providing sugar-free versions of favorite products would be a delightful choice for consumers. Next page. Another effective approach for food manufacturing is to adjust the packaging size of unhealthy food products, making them smaller. This encourages consumers to consume less of this unhealthy food. Some manufacturers, like the Mars Chocolate Company, have already taken steps in this direction by planning to reduce the size of their chocolate bar to combat childhood obesity by offering small portions. Consumers can decrease their energy intake while appreciating the manufacturer's commitment to promoting healthy eating habits. Next page, please. When considering the advantage and disadvantage of this alternative, important criteria to evaluate including feasibility, desirability, and sustainability. Reformulating food items is feasible as consumers' demand for healthier options increases. These reformulated products are more desirable to parents who prioritize their children's health. Furthermore, its approach promotes long-term sustainability by reducing childhood obesity rates and establishing healthier eating habits. However, implementing this change may involve cost and time for retailer. Consumer acceptance of reformulated products can also impact their desirability. For example, using stevia as an alternative sweeteners, it is a zero-calories natural option suitable for calorie-conscious individuals and those concerned about blood sugar management. However, some individuals perceive stevia to have a slightly bitter or licorice-like aftertaste, which may not be universally preferred. Additionally, stevias tend to be more costly compared to other sweeteners. Next page, please. Changing package size is feasible and a sustainable option that allows parents to have more control over their children's food consumption, leading to reduction in unhealthy food intake. However, there's a risk of consumers' dissatisfaction, potentially leading to increased purchase and overconsumption. It's important to consider potential impacts on brand reputation and feeling of deception among consumers. Nonetheless, both reformulating food items and change packaging size are viable approaches for food manufacturers to address childhood obesity, contributing to healthier lifestyle. So our group member 20 will continue to express our proposed solution to address childhood obesity from the perspective of retailers.
Thank you, Tenyi, for your part. Now I'm going to move on to my part, which would be how retailers could take part in solving child obesity. We believe food retailers should have the awareness to cooperate in solving this issue. As we're facing a rising prevalence of unhealthy soiled food options, retailers must be driver an active role of promoting healthier food alternatives. Ways to achieve this through strategic product positioning, pricing, incentive, and in-store selling tactic. The strategy could be delivered by positioning healthier, low-fat snack near the cash counter, by constructing healthier alternatives to be more accessible. Retailers significantly influence consumer purchase choices. Studies have shown that when better options are prominently displayed and marked, customers are more likely to pick them over to a lesser display product. Not only that, other strategies that could be applied are offering in-store education materials to raise awareness of healthy intake to customers with leaflets or posters, or hosting healthy eating workshop by providing a free sample of healthy food to a customer for them to try and encourage to purchase. The advantage to cooperating in solving child's obesity issue is improve retailers' imaging as an aware and socially responsible business. With this, it could build more customer loyalty between consumers and retailers. Socially responsible business practice also could help the retailers by reducing risks of avoiding ethical breach or environmental damage that could lead to a legal and reputational consequences that would cost the retailers a huge amount of money. An advantage of this would be how beneficial it is to the society, especially the children, as they would enjoy a health improvement with much healthier ingredients in the food intake, and for the parents to have a lesser healthcare cost. However, these two alternatives that I just proposed did not come without challenges. Firstly, customers would have to be hesitant to switch to their healthier alternatives as they perceive healthier alternatives are less flavorful or satisfying. This would decrease the demand of the customer, and with lower demand, it could lead to a lower purchase in the store, thus decreasing revenue and profits retailers receive. Bearing this in mind, less revenue would discourage the other retailers to contribute in the cooperation of finding a solution to the increasing child obesity. The other challenge would be the cost of the retailers to invest in employee training for effective promotion of healthy food alternatives to the customers. Training program would require planning or trainer, which would be time-consuming and expensive. Retailers would also lose some of their workers' productivity and time because when the employees are undergoing training, they would not be able to actively involve into the operation of the stores, thus decreasing the company's productivity during that time. That would be all for my part. And our last team member, Christina, please.
Thank you, Tony, for explaining your part. Now I would like to discuss about my part of how government could help tackling child obesity. The government could help to tackle the child obesity with their regulations on tools, starting from subsidies, tax, and ban on fast food commercials. Firstly, the subsidy that could be given by the government to increase incentives for the children could be like offering a free fruit and vegetables programs in the school cafeteria. This has shown its benefits by how 28 studies concluded that there is a higher intake of fruit and vegetables in students at schools compared to a paid scheme because now students feel more encouraged to consume the free fruits and vegetables. Other than that, government could also subsidize a lower price for low-fat snacks in school vending machine. Again, the benefit could be seen by how the 28 study also shows the price reduction resulting in a significant increase of sales of the low-fat snacks. Other government intervention that could be utilized is its tax. There have been instances of the benefit of tax by how, in March 2015, the city of Berkeley of California applied an excise tax of $0.01 per fluid ounce on sugar-sweetened beverages, or SSBs, achieving a significant decrease of 21% in SSB consumption in Berkeley. Also, it stimulated water consumption to increase by 63% in Berkeley and by 19% in neighboring cities. Moreover, other alternatives that the government could utilize is banning a fast food commercial that targets children aged 12 and under by playing their advertisement in a tactical way to captivate children's attention by using colors, animation, or toys. A study in the US shows that banning fast food commercial resulted on there are 2 to 5 fewer fast food consumed per week for children ages around 6 to 12 and adolescents. However, these alternatives do not come without challenges. The first challenge of banning fast food commercials is that the government could not completely dismantle junk food or fast food industry marketing dollar for dollar. They would find a way to advertise somehow. Study also shows that extensive subsidy would only result in a minor outcome, like how there are no significant changes in the sale of high school salad cafeterias with the price reduction. Also, how the consumption of low-fat snacks university vending machine increased by 80%, but returned to its baseline after the post-intervention period. Bearing those in mind, we believe that the best way of government's intervention in tackling child obesity is through tax. The American Public Health Association, or APHA, believes that junk food should be treated equally as other addictive commodities, such as cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs, as they have the same effects on brain chemicals. Thus, it should be applied to junk food also. APHA also believes that the higher prices will discourage low-income family willingness and ability to purchase, which they are the biggest consumer of junk food. Moreover, tax revenue could be used for other healthy food subsidies and educational programs. All things that have been mentioned by me and my teammate considered, we believe that the recommended optimal solution is government intervention. Although government intervention has its pros and cons, however, it could link the food manufacturers and food retailers also. Tax or subsidy would be an incentive or disincentive for the food retailers' products. Tax would pressure them to sell unhealthy products at higher prices since tax adds up cost in production, while subsidy would encourage them to sell it at a lower price because of the capital assistance from the government. Thus, the effect will be felt by food manufacturers who produce the goods and the foods in a certain location for the children. High or low prices on certain ingredients set by food retailers would encourage or discourage food manufacturers' choices in using those ingredients in their production. Concludingly, we reach an agreement in this thinking process that the government intervention is the optimal solution to tackle children's obesity, as it could affect the other two aspects of food retailers and food manufacturers. And this is our reference list. That will be all for this presentation. Thank you for your attention.